Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in my New Year's resolutions video, I talked about how I do have the intention to introduce more color into my wardrobe this year. If you already follow me here or over on my Instagram, you will know that I am a very monochrome kind of person. I love my neutrals, I love my whites, blacks, and like natural hues. I started to make my research, I started to build together like my mood boards that I always do. And to keep it short, after like 3 weeks, I got so exhausted that I told myself, mission cancelled. Why force myself to introduce color, make everything more complicated when I am someone who actually enjoys the simplicity that I introduced or that I like accomplished to introduce to my style. So I already said in my New Year's resolution I want to invest more in jewelry, and this will stay as it is, but you know, instead of spending the money on colorful clothing, I will rather invest it in more bags. If you haven't seen my bag collection video, I will link it down below or somewhere like here in the screen, so you can check out that I have quite the small handbag collection. I am quite content and happy with it. I don't want to start to grow like a 50 handbag collection or anything ridiculous like that. I don't have the money for this and I don't see the purpose in that. I just do want to add more variety into my bag collection because as of now it is mostly black bags. It's all very timeless. I'm usually someone who purchases only 1 or 2 bags per year. So because of that, I am extremely mindful of, you know, what kind of bag I choose at the end. I already have them narrowed down, but I'm not very sure at this point which one could be my favorite. It could be like the first one that I choose this year or maybe the only one. So I figured why not make a whole video about this and ask you guys for help, for your advice, for your personal recommendations to help me find the bag of 2020. In this list of bags you will mostly see Dior and Chanel. And why is that? First of all, you all know that I am a huge fan of Dior, and regarding Chanel, I met the most polite and competent and passionate SA that I could have possibly met at Chanel at my local boutique. We actually found out that we studied at the same university, so we're basically best friends at this point. But since then my love for Chanel has been rising from the ashes that were my bad customer experiences over the past years, and I'm back to loving Chanel. So let's start. So the first bag on my list of potential new bags is this baby here. I already showed you this bag on my Instagram a couple of days ago. It's the new mini, or let's rather say micro bag with the pearls. So this bag is quite small. It's made of lamb leather, and on the iconic intertwined chain it has 5 pearls on one side saying Chanel with each pearl, and on the other side of the bag it has 1 additional pearl with the CC logo on it. So in itself it's quite the timeless bag because it's like the micro size of the classic flap. However, the chain with the pearls really adds something, you know, more special to it. So let's start with like pros and cons. I already have sorted that out. So one plus for me, it's a super cute bag for going out, for shopping days, for more formal or evening events. Another plus is that it is kind of monochrome because of the black of the bag and the white pearls. It goes with everything. It is a very classic and timeless combination so that it's quite versatile. Another plus is that it kind of fits my lifestyle because I do not wear a Chanel bag to the office. I certainly would not wear this one to the office because it's way too small. So, you know, when I wear most of my bags, I do wear them in my free time. And I figured a small and cute bag like that would just be perfect for all of these occasions. And do I really need like a huge ass Chanel bag? I actually don't. And now let's move to the cons regarding this beauty here. So the first big con is that it is actually smaller than the regular mini flap. When I initially went to the store, I actually assumed that it would be the mini size and then the pearls are just added, which also kind of like explained the price to me because this bag is more expensive than a mini size. And that was like the first big con that I faced because you really don't get a lot of bag for that money, which means that for the same price you will already get like a Gabrielle backpack or a Coco handbag, which are like proper bags. You know, you can fit a lot in them, you can also style them in various ways, and you just get more for the same price or even less. And then on the other hand, the price difference to, you know, let's say a Chanel 19 or a Chanel Trendy is not that big. So I just feel like this might not be like the best bag to buy for this kind of price, you know what I mean? And the last con is it is not timeless. even though the shape of the bag itself is quite timeless, the pearls and the way that the chain is like surrounding and framing in the whole bag, these elements are very trendy actually and very current. And I fear that this is one of those bags that you run around with this year and feel like, yes, but then next year you will immediately feel like, you know, this is like an old bag. Is this already outdated? Do the pearls get out of style eventually? Which, I mean, of course, it's not the most important thing to have like a new season bag, obviously, but I would rather then go for a classic bag to begin with. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this bag. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Considering all the pros and cons that I just mentioned, I would love to hear your opinion on it. The next Chanel bag that I am considering is the Chanel Trendy. Oh, how I love the look of this bag. So let's start with the pros again. I think that the Trendy CC at this point is a very iconic and almost timeless bag within, you know, the whole range of Chanel bags. So I think that it is actually quite the good investment. It is quite hard to find, it sells out very quickly, and therefore the resale value of this bag also is quite good. Another plus is that it is very timeless. It can be dressed in a very, very sophisticated, elegant and classic way, and then it can also be dressed in a more casual, cool way. So I see myself having this bag for many, many years, if not like for my whole life, just as my classic flap. So since I would only get this bag in black or like a neutral beige color, it would be again very, very versatile. And another plus is that price-wise, you get a lot of bag and you still save a lot of money compared to the price of a classic flap. Of course, this depends on the size that you want to get it in. I would definitely not get it in the larger size because I think it's a little bit too overwhelming for my personal frame. Now let's start with the cons. The first con for me is the lamp leather. The lamp leather is a little delicate. I never had a Chanel lamp leather bag before, so I am a little conscious about that. I am actually more conscious about it with the Trendy that I would be with a mini, let's say, because it's just like a larger bag, you know, chances that it bumps into anything are just, you know, bigger. And then of course there's the price as well. So I am a little conscious about the lamp leather. And another con that I have, or that worries me, is that if I would get it in the black, would it be too similar to my classic flap? I mean, obviously I do love a black bag. I do love how a black bag also looks on a all white outfit, let's say. I love the contrast. However, you know, if I already spent that chunk of money, do I not want to have something more different, you know? Let me know what you think about this bag and about the colors and everything that I just said in the comments down below. Bag number 3 and the last Chanel bag on my list is the Chanel 19. Yes, this is probably the most trendy bag of all of the bags that I've just mentioned, but let's start with the pros anyway. So one big plus for me personally is I very much love the design. I love that this is like the first Chanel bag that is all pouchy and pillowy and squishy, and I very, very love that. You know, all of the bags by Chanel are usually quite structured and quite stiff, and that is fine and that is absolutely beautiful. However, I love that with the 19, Chanel added a bag to their collection or to their like product range that is quite different and that has this pouchiness to it, because I do always tend to love bags that bring both to the table. They have to have a certain basic structure to them and not be too saggy while still being a little flexible, you know? And I actually tried on a Chanel 19 in like a red color, which like wasn't me by no means. However, I very much liked how it just lays on your body because it is so soft and it also feels very nice. Another plus is the color range that this bag comes in. So usually Chanel colors are quite limited to, you know, the season's topics, and you don't always have the chance to get a Chanel bag in, you know, your perfect color. And with the 19, I very much love that it comes in white, in cream, in beige, in this very beautiful brown color. I also actually love the fabric version in this like rich brown color. It is actually like the cream or the brown. I actually like the colors that I would get this in. I would not get it in the black. This color range is just like, it has written my name all over it basically. Another plus is of course that it is super spacious. So even though I would definitely go for the smallest size of them all, I think it is like the regular or the mid size, it is still so super spacious, and that makes it quite versatile and functional, to be honest. So I would definitely wear this, you know, on a shopping spree or on the holidays when I'm, you know, out and about on a city trip or something. I could actually even wear this when I'm, you know, traveling. And I love that it's still a Chanel bag, but it's quite casual and it can be styled up and down. I think it's quite the modern bag, honestly. And this bag is maybe the only bag that I might consider wearing to the office. I will insert my business outfits video in there because I talk a little bit more about my field of profession in there, if you are wondering why I consider wearing a Chanel bag to the office. Usually I don't. However, with this bag, because it's more casual and more modern, I might consider doing it, but I'm not sure. Now let's move on to the cons. It is a seasonal bag, it is a very new bag, and we don't know if it will be part of the regular collections as the Gabrielle bag became. And the Gabrielle bag at this point is kind of a almost classic and iconic Chanel bag, to be honest, even though this one is also still young if you compare it to other models. However, with the 19, we don't know that yet, and therefore I am quite afraid that it's one of those bags that has a very short lifespan. Also when it comes to the resale value, right? And another con is, do I actually need a bag this size? Because as I said, I mostly wear my more expensive or luxurious bags in my free time. Do I actually need such a big bag? I'm not someone who actually, you know, needs so much space. I only take my essentials with me always. So yeah. Now let's move on to Dior. So the first Dior bag that I have my eyes on, and I had my eyes on it for quite some time now, is the Lady Dior. So let's start with the pros here. One big plus is of course that it is a classic bag. It is part of their classic collection. Yes, the colors with the Lady Dior are seasonal, and also the straps do change their designs here and there, but the bag itself, you know, always is available in the very, very classic Canache leather quilted design. Another pro is that even the mini size, which is super cute, is quite spacious. It fits a lot, and I love the boxiness of the bag. I think that it is a very, very feminine and classic bag, but due to the boxiness, it's still quite modern. But there are cons as well to this bag. First of all, the resale value. If I take a look at the Lady Dior on, let's say, Vestiaire Collective, I don't see the greatest resale value. So this would be a bag that I would probably buy secondhand to begin with. But then of course I am kind of limited when it comes to the colors, and I honestly have to say that I would not love to buy the Lady Dior in black. I would actually love to buy it in a more seasonal color, like in a gray color or in a cream or something like that. But in that case, I would actually lose a lot of money instantly. And then the last con, even though I just said that the boxiness makes it quite modern, I still sometimes feel that the Lady Dior is too ladylike for me. Yes, I would not consider myself being like a total tomboy, but I don't know that, like with the Canache and with the charms and, you know, with the handles, I don't know if it all adds to being too feminine, too girly, too romantic, too playful for me. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of the Lady Dior. Like, I just don't know if it's my style, you know? Then the next bag, I already mentioned this bag on my last wishlist video actually, which is like already a couple of months ago. And that is the Dior Montaigne bag, like the 30 Montaigne, but I always just say the Montaigne. So this bag is very much beautiful. I love a flap bag. I don't know why. I'm quite the sucker for flap bags, I honestly have to say. And I actually have my eyes on this particular version of the Montaigne, which is like the newer model that they just brought out this season, I think. It is a white color, it has silver hardware, whereas the, you know, first initial drop of the Montaigne bags always came in gold hardware. And it also has a new kind of leather. And I think all of these elements make like the first big plus for me, which is it's quite versatile and it is very modern. I love that with this particular chain, you can wear it in many, many different ways. You can wear it crossbody, you can wear it in a short way, you can wear it in a long way on one shoulder. And leading to the next plus is the new pebbled leather, which I think is much more durable and a little bit more forgiving than the initial smooth leather that this bag came out with. I would not get this bag in white in the smooth leather. I actually really like it. Also, I like that the CD logo in this case is in silver hardware. Even though I'm a gold kind of person, I love that in this case it is silver, and I also love the particular design of the logo with the Montaigne bags because it's just a little bit more abstract and a little less, you know, recognizable than, let's say, the vintage CD logo, which is used for most of the belts or for the saddlebag, for example. And then moving on to the cons. So with the Montaigne, I feel like it is not as successful as, let's say, the saddle was. So I'm not sure how long the Montaigne will stay around within the bag collection of Dior. And especially what also brings me to the next con is ever since like Maria Grazia Chiuri took over, they brought out so many different bags, like so many of them are actually not even around anymore. So I am a little bit afraid that the Montaigne will be one of those. Of course, with that comes the effect that it will look dated much, much faster. That's never a good thing, right? And then last but not least, the last bag that I do have my eyes on, which is by far the most affordable one and the most casual one. And that is the Loewe Gate bag in like this off-white taupe color. So since I'm playing with the thought of buying like white bag this season, I think that this particular Loewe Gate bag is super, super cute. A big pro for this bag is definitely that it is super easy, it's super casual. I think it's the perfect bag for summer. I think that this particular color is the most beautiful taupe off-whitish color that you can get. It's beautiful. And because of the price point, I would be a little less stressed out while purchasing a light colored bag. Like all of the other bags that I've mentioned, I would love to get some of them in maybe a light or even white color. However, I don't think that I could actually justify it for the prices that they come with, you know? So in this case, with the Gate bag by Loewe, it's still a pricey bag, but you know, compared to the other bags that I just mentioned, I still would be a little bit more confident with purchasing a light colored bag. The only con that I have with this bag is that, yes, it may be a little bit more affordable than the other bags, but then on the other hand, it's still a pricey bag, and I don't know if it's too casual for me, if it's like too boho for me. Again, it's quite similar with the Lady Dior, even though the styles are very different. Because of all the like the belt and strap details, I just don't know if it's a bag that, you know, I would love. I don't know if it's too casual for me, while as with the Dior Lady, I would think it's too girly. I would think with this bag, it might be too casual because my outfits are always so simple. I love my bags to be a little bit more extra, you know, to be a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more luxurious, you know. So for me, this would fall into the category of my Celine Trio bag. That is also something that I wear on more casual and like day-to-day occasions. And then I ask myself if I don't rather want to save the money that I would spend on the Gate bag and put it towards like something by Chanel or Dior. So that is it, guys. This is like my whole like big wish list or whatever list of luxury bags that just terrorize my mind all day long at this point, and I'm just not sure which one to get. So I would appreciate it so much if you would share your opinion. So thank you so much already for all of your input and your feedback, and of course thank you so much for watching as well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.